Welcome back to the Kennedy Report. It's been a long time. Well, we've been working on some stuff to get things going here, and it seems like today is the best day we could think of in a sad sense. Looks like Russia and the Ukraine might be going to war. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation too much. I'm not an expert on the subject. I am not someone who you should consult as, the reasons behind why this is happening historically and geopolitically. I'm looking at this from the perspective of Our Lady of Fatima. Our Lady said that Russia had to be consecrated properly, and we know that that never happened. And here we are. We've gone through basically 2 years of something like a communist takeover, and things are getting better in some ways. Here in Canada, we've had some great strides with this uprising and so forth, and there are reasons to be happy about that. I'm happy about it. We should all be happy about it. Trudeau seems to be finally have dealt a blow, which is great. I personally predict there'll be an election within about 60 days, but that's a whole other topic. In any case, there's no peace in Russia. And this battle between Russia and Ukraine, as far as I can tell, is like a battle between Cain and Abel. It's a battle between siblings. It's a battle between brothers. They have their differences, don't get me wrong. Of course they do. And I'm not trying to conflate things for anyone who has sensibilities or sensitivities towards, being Russian or being Ukrainian. What I mean is, it's clear that at this time in world history, where you have these apostate fake Catholic leaders like Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau, and you have Russia, which is an Orthodox nation, versus Ukraine, which is Orthodox in many sense, but also has a big Ukrainian Catholic presence. There's no unity between the churches, and Our Lady's demands have not been met. And here we are, where our church has told us for the longest time, since the 1980s, really, that we've had a proper consecration of Russia, and it just isn't true. If the consecration of Russia happened properly, there'd be peace. We wouldn't have two Christian nations, basically brothers, going at each other like this. There wouldn't be risk of something like a third world war, God forbid. Russia has not been consecrated the way that Our Lady of Fatima said. It just hasn't happened. And it's time that we wake up and understand that that hasn't happened. We've just lived through civil unrest and social unrest. I mean, think of everything that's happened. Think of everything that's happened since March of 2020. My goodness gracious. Lockdowns aside, I mean, think of the elections. Think of now this uprising in Canada. There's convoys going all over the world. The BLM stuff, this has been a very turbulent 2 years. For a lot of people, it's very difficult. All the vaccine passports, everything. This is not to say anything about the ins and outs of the virus and the vaccines. That's a whole other conversation. But just the actual civil, the communist oppression that's been going on, it's been unrelenting. And thankfully, as I said, some of it seems like it's starting to retreat. I think the people have sort of realized that they have to rely on God. I mean, we see a lot of Christian sentiment rising, but this situation in Russia, it is just further proof that the consecration has not been done. So Pope Francis is the Pope. He might not be the greatest Pope we've ever had, but he still has the authority to do what heaven asked. Pray for the consecration of Russia to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. That is the way forward. Until next time, God bless.